Hi everyone! Welcome to our English learning channel. Today, we're going to talk about a very common and useful phrasal verb. Look after. Phrasal verbs can sometimes be tricky, but don't worry, we'll make it easy to understand. Let's get started. First, what exactly is a phrasal verb? In English, a phrasal verb is a phrase made up of a main verb and one or more small words, usually prepositions or adverbs. The meaning of a phrasal verb is often different from the meaning of the individual words. One of the most helpful phrasal verbs to know is look after. So, what does look after mean? Simply put, look after means to care for someone or something, or to be responsible for someone or something. Imagine you are taking care of a plant, a pet, or a friend. When you look after something or someone, you are making sure they are safe, happy, and well. So, you can remember, look after means to care for or to be responsible for. Let's see some examples of look after in the present tense. This is how we use it in everyday situations. Here's the first example using the simple present tense. My sister looks after my dog when I'm on holiday. In this sentence, looks after means that my sister takes care of my dog while I am away. She feeds the dog, plays with it, and makes sure it is okay. Another example, who looks after the children when you're at work? Here, someone is asking, who is responsible for the children while you are working? Maybe a relative, a babysitter, or a friend cares for them in your absence. Now, let's use the present continuous tense. This tense is for actions happening right now or around now. For example, I am looking after my neighbor's plants this week. This means I am taking care of the plants during this week. Maybe my neighbor is on vacation, and I go to their house every day to water the plants. Another example, he is looking after his little brother while their parents are out. This tells us that at this moment, he is responsible for his younger brother because their parents are not home. Remember, in the present tense, we use look after to talk about caring for someone or something right now or regularly. Now let's see how look after works in the past tense. We often use it to talk about things we were responsible for before. Example 1. Using the simple past. My grandmother looked after me when I was a child. This means that, in the past, my grandmother cared for me. She was responsible for me when I was young. Another example. Did you look after the house while they were away? This is a question about the past. It means, were you responsible for the house when the owners were not there? Now, let's use the present perfect tense. This tense is for actions that happened at some time before now, or actions that have an effect on the present. For example, she has looked after many pets over the years. This means she started caring for pets in the past and has done it many times, perhaps even until now. Another example, we haven't looked after a garden before, so it's new for us. In this case, the speakers are saying they do not have experience with caring for a garden. It is something they are trying for the first time. So when you use looked after or has looked after, you are talking about caring for someone or something in the past. Now, let's move on to the future tense. Look after is also useful when you want to talk about plans or promises. For example, using will. Don't worry, I will look after your belongings. This is a promise. It means, in the future, I will take care of your things and make sure they are safe. Another example, using going to. Who is going to look after the cat next weekend? Here, someone wants to know who will be responsible for the cat in the future, specifically next weekend. In the future tense, look after helps us talk about who will care for something or someone later. Let's take a moment to review what we have learned today. Look after means to care for or to be responsible for someone or something. You can use it in many tenses: present, past, and future, depending on when the action happens. For the present, you might say, I look after my little brother, or I am looking after the plants. For the past, you can say, my friend looked after my house last month, or she has looked after children before. For the future, you can say, I will look after your dog, or who is going to look after the office tomorrow? Always remember, look after is used together with a noun or pronoun. For example, look after the children, look after your health, or look after him. It's a very versatile phrasal verb. and you will hear it often in everyday English conversations. Whether you are talking about taking care of a pet, a person, a house, or even your own health, look after is the phrase you need. Let's quickly highlight the key points. Look after means to care for or be responsible for. You can use look after in the present, past, and future tenses. Always use look after with a noun or pronoun, someone or something you care for. Thank you for joining us today. We hope this lesson helped you understand how to use look after in different situations. Remember to practice using look after when you talk about caring for people, animals, or things in your life. If you found this helpful, please give us a like and subscribe for more English lessons. See you next time.